Hey guys, today I'm going to run through some rhythm for T for Texas. I'm going to do the intro and some highlights on the rhythm to be aware of. It's a very long song, and I learned these solos when I was, I don't know, when the album came out. I was very young. But the solos are quite in-depth and takes a bit, but if you're an ear player, you can get the phrasing and all that. And we may do something with that later. But right now, we're going to go through the intro, and then I'll show some highlights as far as the rhythm goes. And I get a lot of people like, man, get on with the solos. You know, everybody wants the solos. Well, if you don't understand the nuances of rhythm, then you don't know what you're doing when you're soloing. You can learn the notes and you can parrot what, you know, players are doing, but if you don't know what's under the hood, you're really missing out. So it's very important to learn all the aspects of the rhythm and the phrasing. These guys do a little different phrasing with the sevenths that they do in the verses and the rhythm and things. So I'll go through every part, what they're doing, and I'll get in a little bit of theory, not much, just with the building of the numbers, but in a chord. But for right now, I'm going to do this intro for you, and I'm going to do it with a metronome. If you're not practicing with the metronome, you're missing out. This is really going to improve your playing. So the tempo to this song is 113, and if you need to start slow, do that thing slow, and just to get the licks down. And if you can't do it cleanly at a certain speed, then slow it down until you can. So for now, we're going to kick in the metronome. That's the intro. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. It's an A. We're starting with an open A. Slide up from the 3rd fret. I find myself plucking. I'm a hybrid picker. You guys may not do that. You can do it just fine with a pick. It's just my body wants to throw that pluck in there, so I gotta get a little pop of it. So that. So this is that's pentatonic scale. That's an A, pentatonic scale, basically. And it goes to the D, same thing. Little different there because the 2nd string goes to the D. And this little rake that Gary does, It's kind of a sloppy little rake thing. It's like you're raking these, but I'm barely mashing down the first and second string on the 5th fret, which is an A, basically the A chord. And then it slides up from the D. And then you quickly go down to the open A. So it's a... And that little pull off. Into the 4, the D. That's the E, open E. Same thing as the A. And that little lick, the a couple ways you can do that. Sometimes I do some things a little different since I broke my hand about 5 years ago. So some things are a little weird, but my body, in my mind, I still want to go. They're all pull-offs. Those are your notes. That's the 4th string. Those are the notes. So a couple ways you could do that. You could do the slide, or I think the slide may be a little cleaner for me just because of my hand situation. Maybe a little stronger too. Anyway, and the second time through, he does these little, instead of the, it's a, just a little bend there from the C on the third string. When they go into the solo, Steve's playing slide on this, and Alan is doubling the bass part. 3 guitars, Alan's doubling the bass in the verse sections. Steve's playing fills on the slide, and he does this solo in the beginning, and Gary does this rhythm thing. And he's hitting the 7 chord. So this is those are your notes. It's A. And the third of that, the major third, is a G on the top. It's just like if you're playing this A7. Except I'm extracting just the 1, the 3, and the 7. Flat 7. And we want to do that because it's cleaner that way instead of just doing the, that's really muddy, really nasty. Let's let the low end have their frequencies, and let's keep the guitars where they really need to be in this and clean it up. If you listen, it's very clean because I may bounce on that open A occasionally. And then with the 4 chord, the D chord, the voicing is it's like a C chord, but you slide it up and you add the 7 on the 3rd string, 5th fret. And beyond that, I'm probably not going to play the root, the D. Probably not going to play that. So I'm probably just going to extract it back down to the basic triad. So I'm playing the 3rd on the bottom. The 7 is below that, or on top of that. And the 1 is on top. So I've got it upside down, basically. The 1 is on top instead of on the bottom. Instead of, I'm going. So the D is the same. And the 5 chord is going to be the same thing. Let's see. So the only thing between 1, 3, 5, or 1, 3, 7, back up. Then to the then he goes into this, you'll hear it quite often in the songs. That is it's basically A, and the E, and then to the G. It's like we're doing this. There's the 4 chord, just like we did a while ago. That's a little. It's an A chord. It's a. This is the A. So all I'm doing is adding the little flutter on the 3rd. So that's the basics. I mean, you can listen to it and kind of extract what is where if you want to get that detailed with it. But I just thought these voicings on the rhythm was important to go over. And in the end of some of the solo, you'll hear the rhythm does this funny little. Same chords, he's just, and back up like that. But Alan is basically following Leon on the bass. So let's see. So that's what Alan's doing. You can, if If you listen real close, you can hear that going on. But of course he does other stuff, but that's what's happening in the basic groove. That's the basics. Let me know if you got any questions. And I wanted to mention this guitar. A lot of people ask me about my guitars, and I've got a link in the description below. And I want to thank Hughes Guitars. They've made me 3 guitars now, and these things are just absolutely incredible. And people go, "Where'd you get the Strat with the Gibson head or whatever?" You know, but it's their thing. It's their. It's got an H on top there, and these are all custom made. So you know they don't make them and then sell them. You actually talk to them and tell them what you want, and they custom make these things. And they're absolutely beautiful. They've got several prototypes that you can choose from, different styles. But Hughes Guitars, check it out in the description. I've got a link, and these things are just amazing. I played this on the Grand Ole Opry last year, or well, year before now, 2023 October, and that's the first gig I played with this one, and it's absolutely phenomenal. But some of you may have seen me play the wood grain, and that's also one of their guitars. But anyway, just want to do a shout out to Hughes Guitars, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.